Hey everybody, we are lost in time and space, which means Yog-Sothoth is going to destroy our brains. This is the final scenario in the Dunwich legacy, culminating, this will be the 8th scenario if you start from the beginning, but the 6th Mythos pack.
Sure, maybe.
I think so. I've been doing these for a while.
So in this one, yeah, the gist of it is that you're in whatever. And,
Space,
yeah.
kind of.
And you have to
Edge of the universe. I
get and find a way out and close the portal and stop Yog-Sothoth from destroying the world.
You enter through the portal that Bishop opened up.
So before we get into talking about the mechanics with like all this stuff, what do you guys how is this one to you as a closing scenario for the Dunwich Legacy? Does it feel like a climax where you have to go in
I'm
and
gonna
fight?
talk about this in the overall, but like 10 out of 10, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. This one feels like a final fight.
This is
like,
the ending,
Yeah.
It's very satisfying. It's good.
So the big unique mechanic to this one is that the location cards are in the Mythos deck.
Most of them are.
Yeah.
There's like a base one. There's another dimension.
Yeah.
Where you start off.
But then the majority of the cards you draw are through the encounter deck.
Yeah, there's two other set aside ones which are Tear Through Time and The Edge of the Universe.
Well, the art is gorgeous on these cards.
Yes.
It really is.
You feel like it's like an alien place, and the edge of the universe is great when Yog-Sothoth is there, and you're like, okay, I'm fighting Yog-Sothoth on the edge of the universe. This is cool.
Yeah. No, this is a very cool encounter. It's a very good final one. Encounter sets to this one, you have all the Yog-Sothoth ones. You have the space one. You have the brain melty ones, the milling ones. You have the
one that looks like a clam.
Yeah, the Beyond.
Yeah.
You have the Hideous Abominations, which is like the conglomeration of spheres and stuff from the.
Which I do like because you don't see them again until this one. And it's like, hey, do you remember these guys?
And then the Yog-Sothoth ones from the core set.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's an easy to put together deck. It's not too focused on any one thing. Like it threatens you with monsters as well as the milling aspect and a little bit of sanity damage thrown in for good measure. It's small enough that it's not difficult to find the locations, which is very good.
And the locations, the tear through space is the quintessential location to me in this one. It's a surge, and you put a doom on it or discard it at the end of the turn.
Yeah, I guess that'd be the basic one kind of.
Yeah. So this is it's also showing how the locations are fighting against you.
Yeah.
So much so that if you the passive effect on the majority of the agenda, I think all of them, are if you are moved to a location by a counter card effect, you take 1 horror, which this one's very hard for low sanity investigators.
Which makes sense. This is not a place for the weak-willed to be.
Yeah.
The healing cards are incredibly valuable here.
Yeah.
Allies that have a high sanity score are incredibly
Zebulon
valuable,
Weightless.
such as the big man on campus.
And Zebulon,
And Zebulon.
Yeah. Some creatures that you fight that are in the deck that are here for the first time. There's some Yithians, which are hard. This guy's scary. I remember this guy.
This one, you get to see a lot of really cool stuff in this one that you're not going to see in any other expansions.
Yeah.
Until they come back to a Yog-Sothoth themed one, which won't be for a while.
Yeah, I don't even know if they'll apart from I feel unless they do standalones, they're just gonna keep trying to check new boxes,
which is fine.
Yeah,
I mean, if they do as many expansions as they have for Lord of the Rings, they'll probably loop around again at some point.
Yeah,
but
but this one is just there's a lot of that dog
this
upstairs.
is really cool.
Yeah, and once again, this is not has anything to do with the game, but the art on these cards is just incredible. And it's probably my favorite part of all this. So just some of these things to do.
Do yourself a favor, go look up some high quality scans of them because they're gorgeous.
A collapsing reality for an extra dimensional location, discard it and take 1 damage. Otherwise, take 2 damage. So it's showing once again the whole kind of theme is that in your lost in time and space, these things aren't stable. So they're going to collapse and you're going to get hurt and you're going to go crazy because you're just getting sucked through. And then there's the big man himself. He shows up near the end.
Mr. Yog-Sothoth.
There he is.
He's an ancient one, for sure. 4 base health, 4 punch. You can't evade him. Massive, 100 attack. This guy's got everything going for him. He's got 6 extra health for investigator. So you're playing by yourself, 1 hand. This guy's got 10 health. 2 players, it's like 16. 3 players, it's 22. That's so much health.
Yeah. He can't be evaded and cannot make attacks of opportunity. And when he attacks you, instead of taking
the 5 horror damage,
you can mill your deck instead. Then if you have no cards in your deck, you're driven insane, which is cool because it's like that's what this is going to be doing to you, and it also makes it so that the horror you're taking is separate from what you have to deal with Yog-Sothoth.
Yeah. Which is good because otherwise you just die.
Yeah.
I have a small nitpick about being able to actually kill Yog-Sothoth. I think that's kind of dumb in the mythos, but
I don't think you can actually kill him.
What does it say in?
I mean, like realistically, no.
Is there
like
like
in theory?
No,
does it say there's a resolution if you actually?
Like I have faith that we'll kill Irmordath one day.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to R3?
I don't think we'll ever kill him.
Because if I remember correctly, when I read the Erdmordoth, if you actually kill him, it's just you don't kill him, you just drive him away.
Yeah.
So it might be this. It might be similar.
I imagine it is very similar for this guy.
R3 is like each investigator is killed, and the investigators win or never seen or heard from again.
Yeah, but like, what does it say? What happens to Yog?
Oh, the creature represents cosmic fury of sound, color, and distorted space. Here's massive spoilers, by the way. Hurling you back away from it. You're watching horror as one of his arms tear through the fabric of the world, and this amorphous shape funnels through the rift, pulling the threads of the world along with it.
So he kind of like we're damaging enough that he's like escapes. He's like, see ya, portal. Like he goes through this rift, and then but like. Yeah, it's less like I also agree being able to attack him and like kill him is kind of a flavor loss, and it's actually like one of Eric's biggest problems with like Eldritch Horror and all that is that you're able to fight these big monstrosities and get out okay. And I feel like this game does a good job of showing that you don't, and you kind of just like fend off against them until they go away. Right?
One thing I do like about this is being like the final fight against Yog-Sothoth, you just have to close the portal. It doesn't matter if you die or not.
Yeah, and also with what Bryn was saying is, I don't think fighting Yog-Sothoth to kill him is ever a viable option. It's a lot easier to just.
I mean, like maybe if he shows up and your deck is full because you just emptied it.
Yeah.
Maybe then you can fight him because you'll probably have a couple of turns before he's actually threatening to kill you.
Yeah.
But
even then, 10 health if you're playing by yourself.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like 22 health is a lot, but if you have like a shotgun or a lightning gun, you can take a big chunk of that right at the beginning. Like so, I think you have to have been set up from the last encounter and the one before it in order to try and kill him.
Into it with the assumption
with the assumption that that's how you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
But like it's so much more difficult than doing it regularly.
And of note, like to get to the edge of the universe is where you do the portal closing and all that. It requires 2 clues to move into it, so that means everybody, even those who do not grab clues, need to get clues to go in there.
What makes these ones worth keeping around.
Yeah.
They're quite valuable just because they're one shroud.
Because it's one shroud, it's a fairly easy pickup for a clue. Because
and while you're here, because this is probably where Yog-Sothoth is going to end his. That's where he's gonna hunt to.
Yeah.
Right. It's you can't draw cards there, so during the upkeep phase, you have to spend actions to do it. Which
it's also kind of nice because like there's not an extra card you mill every turn.
But like it kind of like goes with the flavor of Yog, of being like you're gonna run out of resources or go insane, right?
I really like. So you're on the edge of the universe. Like time doesn't exist there. That's why you don't draw cards.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah. That's very good. Yeah, that's very good.
Right.
I like that. I wish in that case you also didn't gain resources, but you gotta. Yeah. That's where balance comes in because you still want to be able to do the things. One thing that happened with us for both of this, and that I think is both kind of hurts the fun a bit, helps the fun a bit, makes it a bit more difficult, and helps the theme is that sometimes you don't have a route to the end of the universe, and you're like, that's why on the axe. There's ability to draw cards.
You can discard the top of your cards in your encounter deck, and then you can choose a location discarded by this effect and resolve its revelation ability, so like put it into play.
Yeah, so there's ways to do it. It's just like it really helps to the theme of being stuck here and things are changing, and then you're like, oh, our path has collapsed. What do we do? And oh my God, Wendy Adams is alone with Yog-Sothoth. What do we do?
Yeah, those bad times. So theme.
Theme. I think this one's stellar. Interstellar.
I hate you, Justin.
We did it! I mean, I don't think... I mean, like, I think it's up there. but I don't think it's better, in my opinion, than Blood on the Altar.
I don't think it is either. I mean, like, it can't be where we give it 1 to 5. Like, so, I don't want to give this 1 to 5. I don't think it's, like, fantastic. It's perfect in terms of theme. It's not as good as Blood on the Altar, but, like, at the same time, I can't find anything really wrong with it.
I mean, like, I would give it...
Like, even the problems with the gameplay contribute to the theme, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like, the universe is constantly, like, phasing in and out, and...
Because I wouldn't go lower than 4.5, but
Oh,
I'm
me
still
neither.
trying to find...
It's like, is it 4.5 or
Let's
is it
see.
5?
Is anything stupid? Is there anything stupid here that we can nitpick about? No, I mean...
I don't think so. I think this one serves very, very well in both the theme of the encounter you're trying to play and the theme of like being the end piece of the story.
Yeah.
Right? Like there is closure no matter which way it ends.
Yeah. And you get to fight
And that is it.
Yog-Sothoth, and that's sick. And that art
if you're lucky, you don't have to.
and that art is horrifying.
Yeah, he's scary, man.
Man, they've gotten a lot. I was like, because I've recently been redoing the thumbnails for all of our Arkham Horror and Eldritch Horror videos, and I was had the Ancient One picture up on them, and they got a lot better artists in their newest ones. Like you look at the original Yog, and like there are hard things to draw, but that one I was just squiggles and shapes. This guy actually is squiggle and shapes with, cohesion. Yeah, I can't find anything wrong. I think 5. Is this one fun?
I mean, like, yes.
Yes and no.
The difficulty takes away from it a little bit. The randomness of the thing spawning and like your roots disappearing. Like, it depends a little bit on how into like randomly getting screwed you are, I guess.
I don't
How
know.
much you enjoy that.
I think the difficulty makes it better.
Yeah.
Because that's always like if you don't want to play a hard game, you're in the wrong franchise.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like I feel like,
But it's not like rewarding hard, like the Undimensioned Unseen one, where you have to plan to trap the guys. It's like, oh yeah, I guess like we drew the wrong card.
I would probably like it's definitely above average for fun. It's definitely a little lower than a 3, but I'm like hesitant to put it above 3.5 just because it is a bit unfortunate in a way when it's very thematic when a path closes, but then you're like, well that sucks.
Yeah.
Right. So like I'm
It's
going
very
with 3.5.
anticlimactic, like with the difficulty to build up a plan, and then suddenly your way's just gone. You're like, great, I guess I'll stay here and die now.
Yeah. To me personally, I'm going 3.5 for this one.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It's definitely above average for fun, but like it has some relatively glaring flaws.
Yeah. Difficulty.
And this one's like a 4 or a 5. This one's hard.
It is hard. It's not easy to even just get like the seal the portal then die.
Yeah.
Because
we struggled
because
with
you
it,
can't
yeah.
find your way out.
Yeah.
Like that is in itself not
I can't
easy.
like the first time we did it, we got a really good ending. Like we actually escaped. Right?
Oh yeah, like we
we did good the first time.
flawless ending.
I have to thank Duke for that one because he was a little dog and he was in a big place.
We also kind of cheated because we had Rex in our party.
That's true. Yeah, Rex.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was OP. When we
I mean,
started.
like, yeah, 4 or 5 thoughts. I think like, I probably 4 because I
probably
imagine it
wouldn't,
will be
I
harder.
wouldn't give it a 5
Yeah.
because like I have no reason.
This
to
one's
try
very
and-
doable.
Try and
Yeah.
trick Fantasy Flight into printing harder.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh,
Things
these,
like, oh, yeah?
these 3
Oh,
guys
yeah.
gave it a 5, huh?
These three mole people think that think our game isn't hard enough.
I think we should give it a 4.5 because there's also the layer of Yog-Sothoth being there, and like if you take too long, he's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
Like he'll melt your brain.
Room for improvement.
It could be harder.
Yeah.
Like we've beaten it.
Overall, thoughts on this one?
I think I'd give this one like a 4.5 or a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think overall this one is very good.
It's a great ending as well, too.
It looks good. It's relatively fun to play. It's about hours for fun. Like it's hard. It makes you feel like you earned your ending.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like get the perfect ending,
Yeah.
like there's still a way to win.
Yeah.
And like it feels very conclusive.
Yeah.
It really does a good job of pulling everything together that you've been through so far and making it feel worth it.
I agree with all those things. There we go.
As a standalone, though, this one probably isn't that great.
Oh, as a standalone, yeah. As a standalone, this one is
Yeah.
That's where that half mark comes off.
Don't play this one in the standalone.
No.
Yeah, that sounds like not so.
No,
fun
you'll just
times.
die here, and then it'll be over.
Yeah,
so,
they'll be like, well, that was,
you know,
that was fun.
great.
Or if you know, I'll just go fight Yog-Sothoth for fun, you know.
Yeah.
That's the edge of the universe.
I wouldn't be surprised if he found on Board Game Geek, just like a slightly below average amount of experience you would have up to this point if you wanted to do a standalone with experience, which would probably make it a bit more doable.
Well, they scale it.
They
for
have
you, right?
they had some rules for doing standalone ones where like you could add extra weaknesses into your deck for extra experience when you were
Yeah, like,
starting out.
If you have up to 9 experience for free,
Yeah.
and then like 10 to
Oh, okay.
19 is an additional
Okay,
weakness.
that makes sense.
And then like 11 to 20.
And they're probably they're probably following that exact same thing when
Yeah.
they do add the weakness into the deck. It's just like
Yeah,
you're
probably.
yeah.
Yeah, I do think like the 10 or the 10 to 19 experience for one weakness is very good, but I think the 20 to 29 experience for at third weakness is not so good
Yeah.
because
It depends what you're getting.
like it depends. It really
Like the
depends what you're
weaknesses.
buying.
And the weakness,
But
right?
yeah,
I feel like as the game progresses and there's more cards, there's going to be less that you're going to want to do with experience because you will have your focused build and
I
know
mean,
exactly what you need.
Carcosa expansion, we're already kind of like, I'm not sure what I want to
Yeah.
buy.
Which is where I want to try things again with the stupid deck archetypes to see
Um,
what.
yeah. Playing with green cards, there's always more stuff that I want to buy.
I've never
I
played
just
green,
can't.
so
I can't afford them.
I want to try it out.
It's
I want to
'cause
live
Brent's
this
played
life.
green
It's because
every
green is
time.
garbage. There are so many bad cards that you're like, I needed something different, please. But also, like, you know, why would you not want to play Hot Streak?
I have to
It just
put-
costs 5.
Like a purple guy the next time we play a campaign.
I also want to do
Because
purple.
No one's done that yet.
Yeah, I've done yellow for the last 2 now, and I wanna try a purple
Yeah.
one or a green one or even a blue one. I've only done red and yellow.
I wouldn't mind exploring like green, purple, maybe another red one.
I don't. The reason I don't play the purple ones is because their unique permanent is put Doom on it to make it better, to make your skill better, and I would do that like every time.
Man, I was looking at some of the cards, and I feel like there's a lot of potential. So on this note, we're done the Dunwich Legacy reviews. We're going to be doing some player card reviews for each of the packs that get reviewed, not for a little bit on our YouTube. And then we're gonna wait till Carcosa is done, and we probably play it a second time just to really
Yeah, probably.
get the.
We could do the reviews after we play them instead of like a month later.
We could.
Wow, what
We
a
could.
novel idea.
And then we also have to do Carnival still, and then the other standalone when that comes out. But thanks for watching. There's going to be more in the future, more Arkham horror content. You know how it is. Like, subscribe, comment, what have you, and don't get eaten by Yog-Sothoth. Bad news.